Hey Broncos, it's Phil Rodriguez with your Broncho Sports update, including some MLB playoff action. Let's roll! The Broncos football team will be back at Chad Richardson. So the Broncos football team will be back at Chad Richardson Stadium this Saturday night as they'll take on MIAA opponent Central Missouri. The game will officially be the UCO Athletics Hall of Fame game as well as Teacher Appreciation Night and will feature a post-game drone show afterwards. Central Missouri could be a tough opponent as they feature a three-headed rushing attack that backs up a two-quarterback aerial attack, as QBs Jordan Pasho and Donovan Amolo have combined for 1,386 yards for the Mules. Although the Broncos are unranked in the coaches poll and media poll this week, they would likely sneak back into both with a victory on Saturday. Well, the number one ranked Broncos volleyball team will play two in-conference matchups at home this week. First up for the 16-0 Broncos will be the 6-7 Missouri Southern Lions at 6 p.m. tomorrow night at Hamilton Fieldhouse. This will be the first match for the Broncos since they spiked to the number one spot in the AVCA poll on Monday, and they should be feeling confident going head-to-head with a team they have a 30-10 all-time record against. Things will be less straightforward for UCO against their next opponent, however, as they take on the Central Missouri Jennies at 1 p.m. on Saturday. The Jennies have been a thorn in the side of the Broncos to the tune of a 7-23 all-time record against them. But UCO swept them aside 3-0 last November with a squad that's still mostly intact for this weekend's matchup. And now, since it's my sports segment and I can do what I want, here's some highlights from last night's Game 1 wildcard matchup between my beloved Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. So here we go, Yankee Stadium, Garrett Crochet on the mound, and he had a near perfect night. But here in the bottom of the second, Anthony Volpe steps up and smacks it over that shallow, tiny little right field wall, and the Yankee faithful lose their minds over the solo home run. It was a big one for Volpe, and Crochet looks a little shaken up, but kept pitching scoreless innings all the way until the Red Sox have a little luck themselves. Top of the seventh, Masataka Yoshida steps up, and Red Sox fans shiver as his hitting hasn't been great, but tonight he is clutch, smacking it right through the hole and scores two. All of a sudden, the Yankees are down 2-1, and surely it is bedlam back in Beantown. They're certainly happy in the dugout. Max Fried in the Yankees dugout was not. Fast forward, top of the ninth, Alex Bregman at the plate against former Pirate David Bednar, and he smacks a splitter deep into left field for a double, scoring Trevor Story to make it 3-1 Red Sox. But got a little interesting after that, because at the bottom of the ninth, the great Aroldis Chapman came in to close it out for the Sox, but three straight singles from top of the Yankees order made it bases loaded with no outs. But Chapman strikes out Giancarlo Stanton, flies out Jazz Chisholm, then strikes out Trent Grisham at the dish on a 101-mile-per-hour fastball to make it good for the Red Sox. Cue Dirty Water back at home. Sox and Yankees will play Game 2 tonight, once again at 5 p.m. Central in Yankee Stadium. If the Yankees lose, it'll mean elimination from the playoffs. Well, that's all for sports today, Broncos. Guys, are you going to the football game this weekend?
Well, I cannot front. I am not the biggest sports person, but I do love being in the crowd and feeling the energy of everyone around, and not to mention that drone show. Phil, do you think you'll be attending any of the games?
That sounds fun. Unfortunately, I'll be out of town. I'll be in Kansas City. But Luke, you should probably check out that drone show.
I will be. I will be working as a sideline reporter this weekend, so obviously I'm going to be there.
Nice.
Thanks, Phil.